So my name is Prof.Arif Herekar, and I'm basically a professor of neurology, and I've been teaching for nearly 40 years now. But my passion has always been travel. Today's session or video will be focusing on the difference between penguin and a bird called the cormorant. I was, of course, not able to differentiate between two initially, so this is why I've written this up. For people who want to know, people who are very fond of birding, Antarctica is a continent which is very difficult, but have the passion and the finances to go there. Before I go into the difference between cormorants and penguins, let's talk of the great continent called Antarctica. Now, Antarctica, the southernmost continent and the site of South Pole, is virtually uninhabited, ice-covered landmass. Now, most of the cruisers to the continent visit the Antarctic Peninsula. It stretches towards South America. It's known for the Limere Channel and Paradise Harbor, where I was bound. Striking icebergs, flank passageways, and Fort Lockroy, a beautiful place, of course, a former British research station and museum. Now, the peninsula is isolated terrain, also shelters rich wildlife, including many penguins. Coming to penguins, penguins are basically birds that are flightless birds that are highly adapted for marine environments. They are excellent swimmers and can dive to great depths. Emperor penguins can dive almost to 500 meters. The shape makes them extremely agile underwater. They use their feet and tail as a rudder and propel themselves with their flippers. Penguins have a waterproof coat of soft, overlapping feathers. No wonder they can survive Antarctic extremes. They have a very well-developed layer of fat for insulation. Penguins feed on a small fish and krill, which they catch one at a time. Their main predators are other marine animals such as leopard seals and killer whales. Skuas and sheep-bills also eat penguin eggs and chicks. Now, penguins are only found in southern hemisphere. The greatest concentrations are on the Antarctic coast and sub-Antarctic islands. There are 18 species of penguins, 5 of which live in Antarctica, and the other 4 species live in sub-Antarctic lands. Together with penguins, the other birds that survive in the Antarctica are quite like them, quite like the penguins, but they are different. They come from a family called Belacrocordatidia, and there are approximately 40 species of the aquatic birds, commonly known as the cormorants and shags. Several different classifications of the family have been proposed, and the number of genera is. Now, coming to the Antarctic shag, sometimes referred to as the imperial cormorant. They also called king cormorant, they also called imperial shag, blue-eyed shag, or Antarctic cormorant. And they are the only species of the cormorant family found in Antarctica. That's why I saw them. It is sometimes considered non-specific to the imperial shag. Sometimes people ask, what do they eat? Imperial shags are described as keystone species and are omnivorous. They eat both fish and algae. Now, there are different types of cormorants, of course. The ones that you actually see in Galapagos cannot fly because they have short, straggly wings. They are only one of the 40 cormorant species that cannot fly. So, hope you have enjoyed this trip of mine. This is just the birding part of my Antarctic cruise or expedition. There's much more to offer from Antarctica. We will continue to update you with several videos. Do subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so. Kindly leave a comment or a note under the video on the YouTube. And if you think you've liked the video, do press the like icon.